students, today we will discuss the MCQs of chemistry of chapter number 1 and 2 of class 9, and it is the MCQs from the new book. So let's start with the MCQs. Number 1, which is chalk in a water, is an example of. Number 1 is suspension, number 2 is a colloidal, number 3 is a solution, and number 4 is the both A and B. So we know that if we dissolve chalk in the water, it will appear as a mixture which is not truly soluble, so it will definitely not form the solution. And the colloidal is a kind of solution that appears to be the true solution, but actually it is not. And the suspension is the kind of solution that will appear as a layered structure. So when we dissolve the chalk in the water, after some time we will see that the chalk settle down into the bottom and the water comes up to the surface, so it will definitely form a suspension. So the option number 1 is the correct option. Blood as a colloidal substance in the dispersed phase is: option A is the liquid, option B is a solid, option C is a gas, and option D is the none of these. So in the dispersed phase, blood appeared as a solid. So option B is the correct option. Colloidal solutions are also called as the true solution, false solution, mixed solution, and the none. So the colloidal solution is a type of solution that appears to be the true, but actually it is not. That's why it is called the false solution. So option B is the correct option. Gelatin is an example of colloidal, suspension, solution, and the mix. So the correct option is the colloidal, because gelatin is a solid form, it is not a true solution, so the solution is the false option. And then it comes to the mixed solution, it is not the mixed. Suspension, it is not suspension, and it appears a homogeneous mixture, but actually it is not truly dissolved, so it is the colloidal solution. So option number 1 is the correct option. When two or more elements are combined, they will form: option A compound, option B mixture, option C atom, and option D is the element. Here we have two or more elements, so when two or more atoms are combined, they will form element. So when two or more elements are combined, they will definitely not form the elements. Option D is the incorrect. And when two or more elements are combined, it will not form the atom, because element itself is made up of the atoms. Option C is also the incorrect. Option B, which is a mixture, when two or more compounds are combined, they will form the mixture. So here we have the elements, so option B is the incorrect. And option D, which is the compound, is the correct option, because when two or more elements are combined, they will form the compound. So option A is the correct option. MCQ number 6, dash cannot be further broken down into the pieces. Which of the following is not further broken down? We have the option number 1, which is the compound, option B is the element, option C is the mixture, and option D is both B and C, which is the element and the mixture. So let's check out these options. Option A is the compound. It is formed when two or more elements are combined. So when we have to broken down these compounds, it will definitely broken down into more than one element. So this option is the incorrect, because it can be broken down. When we have looked at the mixture is also formed when two or more compounds is formed, when two or more compounds is combined. So when we will broken down the mixture, it will definitely comes into the compound, so it also can be broken down. So this option is also the incorrect option. The option we have left is the option number B, which is the element. When element is further broken down, it will not broken down, because element is composed of only one type of atom, so it is not furtherly broken down into the pieces. So option B is the correct option. Water decompose into its component element. Which is the component element of water? It is simply the hydrogen and the oxygen. because the formula of water is H2O. There is only hydrogen and oxygen here. So let's check out the options we have. We have hydrogen and the oxygen as a whole. We have hydrogen and the oxygen as a half. We have hydrogen and the nitrogen, which is totally opposite to this structure. And we have hydrogen and the O3, which is the ozone, which is also the incorrect. The correct option from all of these is the option number B, which is H2 and O. There is a two molecule, there are two atoms of hydrogen and the only half atom of the oxygen. So option number B is the correct option. MCQ number 8. Carbon dioxide is an example of compound, element, atom, and the mixture. It is not a form of mixture because there is not more than two compounds here, so mixture is the incorrect option. Atom, as we see this kind of element here, we have CO2. Atom is a kind of single thing, so we have carbon here and oxygen here, so atom will be also the incorrect option. Element, we have here, we have seen that it is composed of carbon and oxygen, two things, so element will also become the incorrect because the element is composed of only the same kind of atom. Here are the two opposite and the two different elements here, so the option B is also the incorrect. Here we have the compounds, option number 1, which is the compound. So carbon and the oxygen are the two different elements. When the two different elements are combined, they will form the compound. So option number A is the correct option, which is the compound. So carbon dioxide is an example of compound. Option number MCQ number 9. Dash can conduct the electricity. So option number 1 we have the wood, option number B we have the diamond, option C we have the graphite, and option D we have both option number A and B. So look at the option here. Wood, we know that wood cannot conduct electricity, so option number A is the incorrect option. Number B option is the diamond. We know that the chemistry of diamond is so closed, the atoms of the elements of the diamonds are so closely packed to each other that there is no space left in the structure of diamond, so it will not conduct the electricity, so option number B is also the incorrect. Then we have the graphite can conduct the electricity, and it is a leftover option here, so the option number C is the correct option, which is the graphite. MCQ number 10. Graphene is a single layer of. Option A is a graphite, option B is a silver diamond, option C is a silver, and option D is none of these. So the graphene is a single layer of graphite, as its name represents the element here. So graphite is the thing, that is the correct option. Diamonds are the dash conductors of electricity. We have option number 1, which is the good, and the second is the bad, and the third is the excellent, and the fourth option is a none. So we have already discussed that the diamonds is a kind of structure that is tightly or the compactly packed together, so there is no space left in the structure of the diamond, so there is no conductivity occurs, so the excellent option will be the incorrect. So the good conductor option will be the incorrect option. The option we have left is the option number B, which is the bad conductor, and the bad conductor of conductors of electricity is the correct option for the diamond. We have the next MCQ, which is the diamond and the graphite in an example of allotropic form of. Option number A is the nitrogen, B is the sulfur, C is the carbon, and the D is the hydrogen. When we look into the structure of diamond and the graphite, we will see that there is almost every single point we have seen the carbon, so the carbon is the correct option, as the diamond and the graphite is formed of the carbon, so it is an example of the allotropic form of carbon. High temperature state is an example of. Option A is the fundamental state of matter, option B is the exotic state of matter, option C is the combined state of matter, and option D is the mixed state of matter. So we know that the fundamental state of matter is the 3, which is the solid, liquid and the gas, and then the exotic state of matters are the three, which is the high temperature, low temperature and the combined state. And we have the option here, it's a high temperature state, so it goes to the category of the exotic state. Combined state is also the type of exotic state, and the mixed state is the also the type of the exotic state. So option B is the correct option, which is the exotic state of matter. MCQ number 14. Plasma is a dash state of matter. Option A is the first, option B is the second, option C is the third, and option D is the fourth state of matter. So we know that the first, second and third state of matter is the liquid, solid and gas. The left we have the fourth state, so the plasma is the fourth state of matter. Particles of the plasma are: option A is the charge, option B is the uncharged, option C is the neutral, and option D is the both A and C, which is the uncharged and the neutral. So the plasma is a kind of substance that conduct electricity, so definitely it will be the charged particle. It will not be the neutral or the uncharged. So option B is the correct option, which is the charged particle. MCQ number 16 is the plasma are the dash conductors of electricity. Option A is the super, option B is the excellent, option C is the good, and option D is the poor. So the plasma is a kind of state that can conduct the electricity very efficiently, so we will say that it is the superconductors of electricity. So option number A is the correct option. Plasma is an example of: option A is the low temperature state, option B is the high temperature state, option C is the combined state, and option B is the A and B, which is the low temperature and high temperature both together. So plasma is a thing that is very hot, so it will definitely not goes to the category with the low temperature state, and it is not the combined state, which is the combination of any two substances. It is a single thing, and so the option number B will be the correct option, and it is the correct option, which is the high temperature state. So plasma goes with the option number B, which is the high temperature state. Bose-Einstein condensate BEC is an example of: option A high temperature state, option B low temperature state, option C combined state, and option D is the none of these. So Bose-Einstein condensate is actually the type of low temperature state, because the high temperature state goes with the plasma, and then the combined state is the state that contains the two things, which can be the liquid and the solid both together. So option B, we have the low temperature state, is the correct option for the BEC, and it is the low temperature state, which is also the correct option. The temperature of BEC is: option A high, option B low, option C moderate, and option D is the none of these. We have already discussed that it goes with the category with the low temperature state, so obviously its temperature will also be the low. So option B is the correct option for BEC. BEC are the dash conductors of electricity. We have the excellent conductor here, we have the poor conductor here, we have the superconductor here, and we have the good conductor here. When we look at these options, we will come to know that BEC is a type of thing that can conduct, because more than three option here is the options that describe the conductivity of the BEC. So BEC are the excellent conductors of electricity and heat. So option is A is the correct option. Liquid crystals are the examples of: option A combined state, option B low temperature state, option C plasma, and option D is the high temperature state. When we look at this name, it is the liquid crystal. Liquid is a kind of fluidy thing, and the crystal is a solid thing. So its name describes that it is composed of two things, which is the liquid and the solid. So the high temperature state, we have the plasma, and the plasma is also here as an option, and the low temperature state goes with the BEC, we have already discussed here. The thing that is left is the combined state, which is the combination of two. So the liquid's crystal is also the combination of two. So the option number 1, which is a combined state, is the correct option for the liquid crystal, which is the combined state. Next we have the liquid, solid and gases are the dash state of matter. Option A is the fundamental, option B is the exotic, option C is a non-existence, and option D is the extant, which is also the kind of non-existent thing. So when we look at our daily life or our surrounding, we can see that everything is occupied in the kind of liquid, or in the phase of solid, or in the phase of gases. We cannot see anything left over these three options. So it is the fundamental state of matter, as we have already discussed that fundamental state of matter is goes with the option number A, which is the liquid, solid and the gases. So here we have the fundamental state of matter, and we have the three correct option here, which is the liquid, solid and gases. So option number A is the correct option. Exotic state, we have the high temperature state and the low temperature state and the combined state. And non-existence, these three things is not the non-existence, they are exist everywhere in our surrounding, and it is not the extent. So all these options are the incorrect, and the option we have left is the fundamental state, which is the correct option. Helium is an example of dash state of matter. We have option number A, which is the solid, then we have the gas and the liquid, and then the mixed state. When we look at the thing that is the helium, it is the gas thing. So option number B is the correct option, which is the gas. So the gas state of matter goes with the example of the helium. Everything around us is called option A substance, option B matter, option C liquid, and option D is gas. When we look in our surrounding, everything is not made up of only the gas, everything is not also the made up of only liquid. And we have option number B, which is the matter and then the substance. So everything when we look around is the formed of matter, and the matter is consist of three things, which is the liquid, solid and the gas. So there is only three things that is present in our surrounding, which is either can be solid, which is either can be liquid, or which is either can be gas. So it is a combination of three, and it goes in the category of the matter. So option B is the correct option. The first step to solve the biological problems are option A hypothesis, option B observation, option C experimentation, and the D is the none of these. So when we have a biological problem, the first step we should have to done is the observation. We have to observe that thing, and then we will go for the experiment and the hypothesis. So option number B is the correct option from all of these. Next MCQ is the putting the hypothesis into the test is called. When we put the hypothesis into the test, it will definitely not form the observation, because it is the first step, and then it goes to the hypothesis. We have the experimentation and then the analysis of result. Before the experimentation we cannot conduct the results. So option number B is the correct option, which is the experimentation. Nebula helix is an example of option A astrochemistry, option B astroscience, and option C is the nuclear chemistry. So option number C is related to the radiations and the chemical reactions that takes place in the chemistry. So option C is not the correct option. We have the astroscience and the astrochemistry, because it is the chemistry subject. So both can be so related to each other, but we have to select the closest to our subject. So our subject is chemistry, so we will have to choose the astrochemistry. But in the general term, the both the options astroscience and astrochemistry will be the correct option. So next we have the polythene bag is made up of polymer called. The thing that is made up of polythene that is present in the polythene bag is made up of which kind of thing? Here we have the options polyene, polyethylene, and polypropylene, and then we have option none of these. Polyethylene is a correct option. N-heptane is an example of option A organic chemistry, option B is the organic chemistry, option C is the physical chemistry, and option D is the astrochemistry. Organic chemistry or the organic compounds are the things that is made up of only hydrogen and the carbon and the oxygen. Inorganic chemistry deals with all the elements except for those of the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Physical thing is the physical thing that comes into the chemistry. And then we have the astrochemistry that is related to the stars. Now we have the look into the structure of the n-heptane. So the n-heptane is made up of the carbon, 7 carbon, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and in the leftover we have the hydrogen here. So it is a thing that is only made up of two, which is the hydrogen and the carbon. So the inorganic is not the correct option because inorganic deals with the chemistry except for the hydrogen and the carbon. So the leftover option we have is the organic chemistry that deals with the structure of carbon and the hydrogen. So n-heptane is an example of organic compound or the organic chemistry. Gasoline is an example of organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, and then the analytical chemistry. So, gasoline is a kind of structure that is also composed of hydrogen and oxygen. So, in that case, the option number A is the correct option, which is the organic chemistry.